Hey, thanks so much for tuning into the Daily Dose for Spiritual Growth. Today's Motivational Monday. In the next few weeks, we will be answering the questions that have come in through our daily doses that we don't have a chance to do on Sunday morning. If you happen to miss yesterday, happy Mother's Day, by the way, all the moms, all the ladies out there. Thank you so much for doing what you do, sacrificing, loving, caring, nurturing. We couldn't do it without you. So thank you so much for doing what you do. So questions that have come in, we're going to be answering questions this week that have come in specifically through the Bible, like specifically a verse or whatever it may be. And so I'll be taking some time this week to be answering those questions. And this is the question that came in that I will be answering today. Many scientists say the earth is billions of years old. From a biblical view, it seems that the earth is only thousands of years old. Why don't the two align? Okay, so good question. This is young earth versus old earth. And so there are two methods of answering this question, or where people come to the conclusion. And that is from a biblical view in Genesis. And let's just read it right now. Genesis chapter 1. And we'll be reading starting at the very end, verse 31 through chapter 2 of verse 2. God saw that all that he made, and it was very good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the sixth day. Thus the heavens and the earth were completed in all their vast array. But the seventh day God had finished the work he had been doing. So on the seventh day he rested from all his work. Okay, so that is the biblical view of when the earth started. So you take that and look at the days that God made the earth and actually look at it from a literal 24-hour period, and that there are no gaps between the geological and the genealogy of those days. It wasn't one day was 1,000 days or anything like that. It was a literal day. And so if you look at that and go back, you can see that the earth was approximately 6,000 years old. And so if you look at it from that perspective, and again, that is a calculated number. And this is something too that we have to understand. There are certain things that scripture is very, very clear on. One thing that it's not crystal clear on is the age of the earth. Okay, so let's just put that out there. Okay, because there are two different ideas here, and just even like that question, why don't the two align? Majority of scientists believe that the earth is billions of years old. And so I've got some notes on that because I'm definitely not a scientist, but this is kind of what they're coming to the conclusion with here. So it's determined the age through carbon dating, geological cycles, and so forth by comparing different methods and seeing if they align. Scientists attempt to determine how old the planet is. This is the method used to arrive at the age Earth is around 4 to 5 billion years old. And it's important to realize that by no means does it directly measure the age of the Earth. I mean, that is just a calculated number, an approximation, okay? But in the end, we have to understand that the chronological age of the Earth cannot be fully proven. So unfortunately, there are voices on both ends of the spectrums that no, the earth is only a few thousand years old, and no, the earth is a few billion years old. And that's just a vast difference. And this is what we have to understand here. There is actually no conflicting theological contradictions to Christianity and in old earth. It's actually not. Also, there's no true scientific confirmation that the earth is billions of years old either. So whichever view a person holds, what matters is this, that we are trusting God and not the age of the earth. Because here's the thing, that is a secondary matter. This is a secondary issue here. This isn't primary. So you can be a Christ follower, you can believe in the Bible, and you could believe that the earth is billions of years old. You could believe in the Bible and everything in it, and believe that the earth is a few thousand years old. Again, this is just a secondary issue. this is what we need to do here. Because if you are claiming that this is right, there's only one way, you're causing division between brothers and sisters, which that division is unnecessary because this is a secondary issue. And actually, topics like this, Paul says that we shouldn't cause strife. We shouldn't cause division over that. Romans 14, if you want to read that, 1 through 10. Also, Titus chapter 3, verse 9. So the age of the earth right here, we have to bring this to a closing here. It's not fully known. Now, let me tell you my personal view, okay? Because that's what you're probably wanting to know. My personal view is that I take the Bible in those scriptures literally, where it is a 24-hour period, that there is no gaps, and so that the earth is a few thousand years old. But you know what? That's my point of view. That's my perspective. If you have a different one, that's okay. Again, we can debate, but what value does that have? So that is the difference. So the question was, why do the two don't align? Well, it's either coming from a carbon scientific dating or looking at it from a literal scriptural view of when God created the earth and how many days he created it. So hopefully that brings some clarity to that question. I want to thank you so much for tuning in to the Daily Dose for Spiritual Growth. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. I'll be right here.